You have your low, high range feed lever here. You have your threading direction here. You have your coolant pump switch, your running indicator switch, your power on switch, your power off switch. You have your feed controls right here with these three. This one covers A, B, and C, this one R, S, and T, and this quick change gearbox covers gears 1 through 8. This lever, the only ones we will be using is W for threading and Y for turning and facing. Okay? To select your RPM, you will match up the colors for whichever RPM you need. There are 4 colors: green, yellow, red, and blue. There is a matching permanently attached key right here. There are 4 selections on the speed range. You match up the colors. In this case, we're matched 260, 350, 470, 625. The blue arrow is aligned with blue, so this would be 625 RPMs. Now, here's a good example of what may happen. As I try to change gears, it doesn't want to move. You may have to move the spindle just a little bit to get it to line up. So there would be 350, 260, 470. That will set your RPMs. Your feed rate will be set by selecting the correct feeds from this chart marked Y. Everything we will do is in inches per revolution. That's what this key is telling you right here. You will look down the center and it will give you a setup for specific feed. LCS1 will give you a 3/1000 inches per revolution feed rate. What that means is for every revolution of the chuck, your carriage would move 3/1000 of an inch. So in this case, if we were looking at 3/1000, it would be LCS1. So we would set our feed. L, C, S, and then 1 on our gearbox, and with our feed set at Y. So we have now selected our feed and our speed. So we're going to cover the rest of the machine right now. You got your spindle and your chuck. That's what holds your part and rotates. To load your part into the chuck, this happens to be a 3-jaw chuck, and this specific chuck you don't want to run over 625 RPMs due to the style, size, and type of chuck that it is. This is a 3-jaw scroll chuck, or also called a universal chuck. All 3 jaws move at the same time, in or out, with the manipulation of the chuck key. Your chuck key is square on the end, and it'll go into the chuck itself. As it rotates, it'll open, and it will close. Now, one thing you want to be sure of: never, never, never leave the chuck key in the chuck. If someone were to come along and accidentally turn the machine on, the spindle were to rotate, it could come out, the chuck key could come out and fly out and hurt someone. So when your hand comes off of that chuck with that chuck wrench, it better be in it. So we're going to take and put a part into the chuck right now. Once you get the part in, you will tighten it up. Now, let's cover the tailstock. Our tailstock is what supports our centers that support the part on an extension. It also allows us to hold a chuck, to hold a center drill, a drill, reamer, whatever the case may be.